Hi, guys. How are you today? Okay, we have to have a serious conversation today. We're going to talk about it being exposed that Larissa allegedly was a hooker back in Brazil and how we really just don't have enough information to really confirm that. Then we're going to talk about Deavan and a ex of hers being doxxed. We're going to start with Deavan first. So every morning, I wake up. When I start my day, I have someone go through my email and then bring me the information that they feel that I really need to see at that moment. Today, they dumped on my desk all of this information about Deavan and Deavan's ex and how they discovered who he was. I was absolutely horrified. Why would this blogger send me this information? Did they really think I was going to report it? Number one, this person must not watch my videos. I say in every single video that Deavan is a very, very sweet person. She's a good mother. And above all, she's my friend. Do you really think I'm going to take this information to the public? Why would I do that? Let's just talk from blogger to blogger. Number one, you have to be really responsible about the information that you put out. There has to be a children off limit rule. It just has to be. Like, what is wrong with some of these people? There has to be something, a line in the sand that you will not cross. I have that line. I don't try to break up marriages, and I don't try to offend children. Children should be off limits. It's an unspoken code, or so I thought. You guys watch my videos. If I have a really damaging story to release, I always contact the person first and give the person a chance to respond. If think back, guys, when I was going to release the information about Usman and Lisa, I contacted Lisa first. Even though we weren't on good terms, we weren't on good terms at the time. We're on good terms now. I sent her email and said, listen, I have this story. What do you want to say? Well, she ended up releasing the our text messages between me and her herself, but it's just only fair. If I've got a serious information, so a serious story, and this might affect this person's life in a negative way, you need to contact that person first. I mean, I really do feel that this blogger should have reached out to Deavan before she did something like this. Did it ever cross your mind that perhaps maybe there's a reason Deavan hasn't brought this to the public? Maybe it's something she doesn't want to talk about. Maybe you could just be digging up an old wound. I mean, I just don't understand. In the very least, why didn't you just reach out? If you found out this information, why didn't you reach out? I mean, it pertains to her child. It's her daughter. Kids should be off limits, if you ask me. I mean, you should have reached out. You need to let them know, this is what I know. Do you want me to release this story? I'm about to release this. It's just only fair. And then children should be off limits. I don't care if you talk to the person, don't talk to the person. I can vouch this much for Deavan. Deavan is a good mother, and she's a sweet person. There are so many people on the 90 Day Fiance franchise that are shady. She's not one of them. There are so many people that are untrustworthy on the 90 Day Fiance franchise. She's not one. Why go after the sweet people? Why dig up old wounds? A person might not be willing to talk about it to the public or relive a situation. If you had one of the worst situations in your life and you were glad to get past it, would you like for someone to dig it up, put it in your face and say, there, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. That has nothing to do with her storyline. Absolutely nothing. Her storyline is about her and Ji-hoon's relationship. That's on limits. But other things, you need to watch what you report. And I am terribly upset with this blogger. I will be reaching out to you. You have some kind of nerve. What you guys need to know, at the end of the day, I have Deavan's back through thick or thin. I'm not going to release the information that's already been released. If you guys want to know who he is, you look it up. I feel that this was unfair, and you ought to be ashamed of yourself. I don't get it. If you looked up all this information, then you know exactly why she doesn't want to talk about it. Shame on you. Shame. There has to be certain lines in the sand that you should know and set for yourself not to cross. I also believe in karma. You do people wrong, you get it back. So, don't expect for me to tell you who the ex is and why this is so damaging to Deavan. If she wants to talk about it, then will talk about it. But shame on you, blogger. Now let's go to another subject I want to talk about. I want to talk about Larissa. I'm so upset, but the information's out there now. You can't unring that bell. Deavan's a good person, and you guys need to know that. Okay, now let's move on to Larissa. Okay, so you guys remember a couple of episodes ago, there was a episode about Larissa contacted one of Eric's ex. I don't remember if they said her name not on television. I can't remember. Anyway, she has said that Eric had told her all these bad things, and that one of the bad things was, I guess, she wasn't too good in the bedroom. And Eric was expressing his feelings about this. Okay, so when that episode aired, I reached out to this person. I said, did you want to come on and talk about it? Because I want to know, was that the only thing said in the conversation? She said, no, a lot of stuff was said in the conversation. And then I had realized she was releasing information about Eric through the other blogs. I said, well, did you want to come on to talk about it? She said, absolutely. I would love to come on. I want to expose Eric for the person that he is. Okay, fine. That's fine. So we were set to go on. And what people need to know, if you interview with me, I never just solely count on that interview, because I know people will back out at the last minute. So I always have a backup plan. So she waited 10 minutes before she was supposed to go on. So we contacted her. You're not coming in. I don't see you backstage. What's going on? She said, I feel like I need to be paid for my information. I'm not making this up, guys. True story. Paid? What? I never pay for interviews. And let me tell you why. Especially these kind. It makes people really embellish a story because you're getting paid. Okay, so you're looking for cash. Also, too, they have a tendency not to tell the truth. It's just been in my experience for interviews that people really want to talk about and they come to you, usually they're telling the truth if they find you. But when it's the other way around, I'm really leery about it. So I don't pay for interviews. I said, well, it would have been a great interview. Are you sure you don't want to come on? I'm not going to pay. She said, I'm not coming on. She was looking for cash. So right there, I'm looking at this person sideways. Like, if your main goal was just to reveal how bad a person Eric really was, then you would come on and tell your story no matter what. If you have a story to tell, you have a story to tell. So I'm looking at her sideways. I'm like, nah, this is a scammer, people. I don't know for sure. I feel like she's a scammer. So as the days progress, she's steady releasing information to the public, to different bloggers. She's releasing phone conversations. She's releasing things that she knows. So now let's get to today, what she's releasing today. Let's see here. Do I still have it? No, that's not it. Hold on. Give me a second, guys. I'll just bring it forward. This is what she's releasing today to the other blogs. Okay, so obviously she is talking to Larissa's ex. I know exactly who she's talking to in this conversation because this information was not released about Larissa. This is years ago. This release, I would say probably 3 years ago. This is what she's saying today. Oh gosh, the writing's so small. You guys know I need glasses. So she obvious. Now she blocks out the name. I know who she's talking to. This is not confidential information because it was released 3 years ago. She's talking to one of the baby fathers of Larissa, and his name is Marcos. He released this a long time ago. He says, Larissa made some accusations that are not all true. My life is not easy, and I work hard every day and live a simple life. She wants to demoralize me after I simply stated the truth, which is we have a child together. I have helped her out through many moments in her life. I even have an email where she says she was a prostitute and wanted to start again, and how she was a drug addict. Now, I know who she's talking about because I know this information. She's talking about an ex of Larissa's. This is the guy that exposed that she had children. Remember, she said she didn't have children. And now I don't know if she came forward admitting that she has children, but I think she said she only has 2 now, but he's saying 3. He also made the accusation that she was a prostitute. Now, listen, there's no proof. She could have very well have told him she was a prostitute, but until you tell me that you have proof, another thing that makes me uh, not vouch for this information is because he was angry. He was pissed off when he released this information about Larissa and then didn't release any more after that. So, I'm not going to say she was a prostitute. I'm going to say she wasn't. I'm going to say that one of her baby fathers was very upset about her a couple years ago and released this information. He has yet to elaborate on the information. He just dropped that and then that was it. So, I really think this girl's a clout chaser and looking for a come up. She's looking for money. She's looking for fame. If you ask me, I mean, this is not new news. You told me yourself you weren't Eric's ex. You were just a friend, and that he's going around saying that you were the ex. So this is a lot we got to talk about, guys, in the comment section. We have a lot to talk about today. Number one, what do you guys feel about a blogger releasing some very sensitive information about Deavan and doxing an ex? I think it's despicable. I really do. Did I say Larissa? What do you guys think about Deavan getting this information released on her and the blogger not contacting her and giving her a chance to tell her side of the story? I said every video, Deavan is a really, really sweet person. Number two, is this enough information for us to go ahead and classify Larissa a hooker? What do you guys think about that? Also, if you like this video, don't forget to click that like button. It does wonders for my video. If you haven't already subscribed and hit the notification bell, go ahead and do that. And we have to have a very adult conversation in the comment section. I'm sure you guys have a lot of different emotions about this certain subject. Until next time, talk to you guys then. Bye for now.